Ogunkule, the Deputy Vice and on behalf of the Director of Center of Technology, Professor Asafa, we welcome everyone to attend.
We can't hear you properly. We are not hearing no.
We can hear you properly.
Hello, can you hear me clearly now?
Yes. Hear you better.
Yes, getting better.
We
All
are
right.
hearing you small, sir.
Okay, let me start all over again. That on behalf of the Vice Chancellor of Lautech Akintola University of Technology, Professor R.O.R. Kalilu, who is ably represented by Professor A.T.J. Ogunkule, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Strategy and Development, and on behalf of the Director of our Center, Professor Asafa, we welcome everyone to our Center Maiden Virtual Lecture on Artificial Intelligence for Learning, Teaching and Research, Opportunity for Students and Staff of Higher Institution, to be delivered by Professor S.O. Olatunji, Professor of Artificial Intelligence. So this morning, without wasting too much time, I will call upon our Vice Chancellor, who is ably represented by Professor A.T.J. Ogunkule, for his opening remark. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, Prof.
Yes, sir. We can hear you, sir.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Can you hear me
We
loud
can
and
hear
clear?
you, sir. We are all muted.
Yes,
for
we can
sake
hear
of-
you.
We are all muted. We can hear you properly, sir.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, Prof. Yes, we can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. As you have rightly been informed, I'm here to represent our able Vice Chancellor, Professor Aru Romkalilu. Professor Aru Romkalilu, because he has some other equally important. So he has asked me to bring greetings to you and to also bring a message of congratulations to the Center for Emerging Skills, particularly the leadership of the center. In order not to waste your time, I want to go straight to read the opening remark as given to me by the Vice Chancellor. It is my pleasure to welcome the students of Lautech Akintola University, well as other participants in this program, the maiden of this lecture, organized by the Center for Emerging Skills and Technologies, CEST, at Lautech. I extend a special welcome to our invited speaker, in person of Professor Sunday Olatunji, the Dean of the Faculty of Computing, Adekunle Ajasin University, Akungba Akoko, in Ondo State of Nigeria. The Center for Emerging Skills and Technologies was established in Lautech in 2019 to equip staff and students with cutting-edge skills for innovations and technological advancements. The center also houses the Seyi Makinde Innovation and Technology Hub, SMITH, which focuses on transforming ideas into commercially valuable assets to benefit our society. Since its inception, the center has recorded some significant milestone achievements, including the following. Number one, establishing an intellectual property office in partnership with the National Office for Technology Acquisition and Promotion, NOTAP. Number two, training ICT staff on drone installation and piloting. Number three, equipping over 50 IT students with skills in 3D design and printing, robotics, embedded systems, and drone piloting. Number four, providing mentorship for design competitions, leading to Lautech's second place win at the Unilag Energy Innovation Challenge on October 21st, 2024, earning a prize of 1,500,000 naira only. I congratulate the center and the awardee in this respect. Today's lecture, ladies and gentlemen, titled AI for Learning, Teaching and Research, Opportunities for Students and Staff of Higher Institutions, provides an excellent opportunity to explore artificial intelligence, one of the most innovative technologies globally. AI is driving innovations such as chatbots, predictive maintenance, recommendation engines, and creative tools, reshaping industries and enabling smarter decision-making. We are privileged to have in our midst today, though online, Professor Olatunji, an expert in the field, to lead us through this vital topic. I encourage everyone to stay attentive and to make the most of this session. In conclusion, I would like to thank the Center for organizing this lecture, and I look forward to more impactful sessions in future. With this, on behalf of the Vice Chancellor of Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Ogbomoso, Professor R.O. Rom Kalilu, I hereby declare the virtual lecture open. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and God bless.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you so much, sir. The Vice Chancellor, ably represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor. We recognize our prominent professors online. Thank you for joining. In due course, we'll recognize all on ground. Without wasting too much time, permit me to call on Dr. Sangotayo to read the citation of the guest lecturer. Over to you, Dr. Sangotayo.
Thank you, Doc, Mr. Moderator. The Vice Chancellor, sir, it is my pleasure to read the brief citation of Professor Sunday O. Olatunji. Prof, are you with us, sir?
Yeah, I'm here.
Professor Sunday.
I'm here.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you. Professor Sunday Olatunji is a current full professor of artificial intelligence and machine learning and the pioneer dean of the Faculty of Computing at the Adekunle Ajasin University, Akungba Akoko, Ondo State, Nigeria. Professor Olatunji used to be a full professor of artificial intelligence and machine learning in the Department of Computer Engineering, College of Computer Science and IT, Abdurrahman bin Faisal University, Saudi Arabia. He obtained his PhD in computer science from the University Technology Malaysia, UTM, in 2012, bagging the Best Graduating Student Award medal, PhD Computer Science. He obtained master's degree in Information and Computer Science from Kitford University of Petroleum and Minerals. Saudi Arabia in 2008 under the prestigious Special Research Assistance Research Assistantship Scholarship of Kidfad University of Petroleum and Mineral Resources and Minerals. Among several other awards, Professor Latunji was recently recognized for making top 2% of world scientists as released by XVIV Stanford University, October 2024, making it his third consecutive years of appearance in the yearly list from 2021 to 2024 inclusively. He has actually made the list in two categories, which include yearly category and entire career category. Professor Latunji has authored well over 154 publications as journal article, books, and peer-reviewed conferences proceedings, with journal article mostly in peer-reviewed, highly rated, imparted, reputable Scopus and ISI journals. Not long ago, Professor Latunji was listed as one of the topmost researchers in artificial intelligence in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, based on the number of published papers in topmost Q1 journal. Among his voluntary service to the people, irrespective of location, is the setting up of a free weekly online training program since 2020, where AI and machine learning and data science is being taught and practiced towards making participants become AI civil irrespective of their background. The training is code-named Machine Learning for All. There is a YouTube channel dedicated for hosting all recorded sessions and other guides videos, which can be downloaded. Maybe because of this lecture, the link will be available. Professor Latunji also provides free mentorship services and advising for all, irrespective of location, especially the youth, to facilitate better sense of direction and guidance. On behalf of the board and the director of the SIX, it's my singular honor, Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, to present to us another professor in artificial intelligence, who is our guest speaker today, to talk to us on the topic AI for learning, teaching, and research, opportunities for students and staff for higher institutions. Professor, you are welcome, Prof.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Moderator, please take over.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Sangotayo. Over to you, Professor Latunji.
Thank you very much. I think my slide is showing now. Can you see my slide?
Yes, sir, we can see.
Thank you. Okay.
So you can start the lecture, Prof.
Okay, now I'm with you. How can be heard clearly? Can you hear me clearly, please?
Yes, we can hear you now, sir.
Thank you very much. Good morning to you, everybody in the house. Thank you very much. Let me start by observing the protocol, appreciating and recognizing the presence of the Vice Chancellor of the Lautech University, humbly represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor. Also appreciate all professors on seat, and also appreciating the director of the center that is instrumental to my attending this particular program for the day. And I've been to again observe all the protocols duly observed. So we move into the topic of the day, and it is an honor and a great opportunity for me to attend this program following the spectacular effort of our highly respected Professor Tesleem Asafa, who has been a brother and a colleague and a close companion during his sojourn also in Saudi Arabia. So I welcome you all, and all the participants, you are all highly recognized. So today we are going to be talking to ourselves on the topic of AI for learning, teaching, and research, opportunities for higher institutions, students, and staff. Today we are going to be looking at a couple of the agenda. We'll be looking at the preamble and a few quotes while introducing AI, machine learning, and deep learning. We'll look into a few successful applications of AI, and now we move to the actual business of the day, AI opportunities for students, for faculty, for the university staff and administrators, the career advancement opportunities, and responsible AI use, and challenges and responsibility, crucial trends, and then hopefully we'll be concluding. When we talk of artificial intelligence, this is a field that is everywhere, all over the world. We talk of AI as the ability of computers or computer control robots to perform tasks that are commonly associated with intelligent beings. So when we talk about artificial intelligence, we're talking about artificial means man-made. So intelligence, we all know what is intelligence means. So when you say somebody is intelligent, we all know what that connotes. So when you now talk of artificial intelligence, it means it is not natural. When you try to make machine to perform tasks that are ordinarily being performed by a human being, then we say that particular machine or computer or chip is artificial intelligence system. Recently, these days, you see AI that is highly revolutionizing the world, and it's just starting. It's a field that can no longer be ignored. A colleague will say, anyone that ignores AI ignores it at his own or our own peril. So let's also look at this photo together. We can see that something is happening here. Here, this is just 2009. I hope my screen is showing a photograph and a drone, a photographer and a drone.
You can see.
Yes, it's showing, sir.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So when you look at this is 2009. This is the state of affairs. If you have to have a coverage of an event, area, why? Then you have to invite someone who will have to hire this quarter, have to take a huge risk to himself. And you know what is a lot, this picture speaks volume. Within 10 years, this is what we have. This is a drone that can take the same coverage of the event in a perfect form, better than this, with zero risk to human life, zero risk to human life. And it can still do the same job in a perfect way, if not better. So this is speaking a lot about what is obtainable by artificial intelligence. So there is very huge implication of this picture. But because of our time, usually make it interactive, that people should type it in. And we can still do that. You can type in, what do you think about this scenario? What do you think will happen when you have this kind of a system, a technology, within 10 years that can make this deals can move everyone, I think. Okay. So you can try to imagine what you think can happen with it. Of course, there's the possibility that if this man refuses to upskill, he may be out of job. He may be out of job. It means this drone will replace him because it is cheaper to get a drone to cover your event. There's no risk to anyone possibly falling down from the helicopter trying to get it from better angle, and also of advantages the use of drone. That is on the side of job, part of AI on job. However, if he decides to upskill and learn how to program a drone, he will make more money, secured, cover more than 1 or 3 events simultaneously, and is in a better position to program drone because he understands already how to carry out professional coverage. You can easily do drone programming for that. When people look at it, people look at the negative aspect of it. I said it has both positive and negative. To avoid the negative falling on us, then we have to upskill. We have to get used to it. We have to see how can I implement AI in my own field of endeavor. It is everywhere already. It's the technology. We cannot ignore technology. We cannot fight technology. Once it arrives, it has arrived. We have to see how can we make use of it positively. How can we take advantage of it in such a way that this man will not lose his job. Rather, he will do the job in a better way. But if he decides to sit back, no way, I learned this job, I have to keep it as it is. I don't like AI. These guys will take over totally from him and he'll become jobless. And I think this is one of the essence of this talk today, that as people in the educational sector, students, faculty, staff, administrators, how can we make use of artificial intelligence so that we are not left behind? Otherwise, what may possibly happen to this guy if he refuses upskill, add more skill and become a drone programmer, can happen to anyone. So to avoid that, then we need to learn this particular technology and then see how can we use it positively so that it has a lot of positive things, advantage we can take. When we talk of artificial intelligence, there are additional 2 big guides I'm going to bring to the picture. This is artificial intelligence, which is mimicking the intelligence or behavioral pattern of humans or any other living entity. Then we have machine learning, which is a technology by which a computer can learn from data. So without using a complex set of different rules, there's no need to explicitly program the computer to do something. Just provide data. And the good news is data sets are so wide. In fact, I say that our effort in the past shall not be in vain. This is what machine learning is making possible now. With machine learning, all the data sets you've generated in your laboratory for the past 20, 50 years, you can make use of them now. have insight, that you don't spend additional days in the laboratory any longer. The past data will speak for you to know what you are supposed to spend additional 1 week in the laboratory estimating. So I say that machine learning provides us with the opportunity to avoid losing our past effort. Our past effort that we thought are outgone can now be used with machine learning to have future insight to how to conduct our businesses. Then under this machine learning, we have another one we call the deep learning, which is also machine learning itself. You can see from the Venn diagram, machine learning is under AI. Learning is under machine learning. However, the difference between machine learning and deep learning is a subset of machine learning. This one has a unique characteristics in the sense that you need to provide features for machine learning standard algorithms. However, with deep learning, it has the capability of automatically extract features without human intervention. This is the big change that deep learning has brought into artificial intelligence. In the past, before you use machine learning, you need someone to gather the data, select the features, and then transfer it to the machine learning algorithm. It will train, and then we can use the generated hypothesis for future prediction. However, with deep learning, there are situations whereby there is no room to allow human beings to extract the features to be done at the real time. So, learning to solve this problem. Example, imaging, video. Somebody is talking, you are taking the information and you are processing it. The features are automatically being extracted at the real time. That possibility is provided by deep learning. That is why today we have autonomously driven vehicle, autonomous car. It's made possible because of deep learning. Ordinary machine learning will not make it possible because someone needs to extract the features before you can build a machine learning model. However, deep learning is able to take the picture, process the picture immediately, extract the features, and do predictive analytics for the autonomous car. It can tell the car, go right, go left. It is time for you to go right. You need to press the brake because there's another car in front of you. But real time, learning provides that capability of extracting features automatically. So with the power of deep learning, machine learning, and artificial intelligence, then the world witnessing one of the greatest inventions that has ever been witnessed. When we talk of AI, it's a very big picture. We can here again see this is the artificial intelligence. We have natural language processing. We have robotics. We have knowledge-based systems. These are some subfields of AI. They are as old as we can think of. However, this machine learning and deep learning, they are recent. The most recent subfields of artificial intelligence, although they are most recent, but they are taking over the old other AI subfields. Why? That's why you say artificial intelligence and machine learning. As if machine learning is competing with artificial intelligence. ML is a subfield of AI. However, because of the superior power it's providing, so it's actually NLP cannot work properly without machine learning now. When we integrated machine learning to NLP, then we have what we call the ChatGPT that is taking over the world. You see, NLP is not new. It has been there for long. However, with the integration of machine learning with it, we're able to come up with thought. Robotics, if you want your robot to be very powerful, you need to integrate machine learning. This is why machine learning and deep learning, they are now, but as if they are competitor to AI. They are actually a subfield of AI. Then the big data debacle, again, support the unique notion. With the presence of big data, a lot of data sets is being generated every day. Some of us now in this meeting, you have several gadgets. Your laptop is generating data, your phone is generating, your wristwatches are generating data. All these data, they form what we call big data, with their characteristics that They have velocity. They can move. They are moving. When you have moving data, then you can be able to take advantage of machine learning, deep learning, to do prescriptive, predictive, and descriptive analysis, depending on the kind of problem you want to do your past data to solve. Data analytics is one of the areas that machine learning is rapidly changing today. It's not because data science is new. Data science is not new. Data science has often been done using statistical method. Statistics is very popular, very powerful, and still a very important aspect of machine learning. However, use statistics to model the data, you have to freeze the data. The data must be frozen first. That is, you have to download the data, and then you can use statistical method on it. However, with the presence of big data has the characteristic that it's in motion, it's constantly moving. So statistical method cannot work on such data. However, machine learning can work on such data that are moving. And that is the big game-changing capability that machine learning, deep learning are providing to data science. That is also another area that we may be talking about as we move on. Earlier, I said why you can no longer ignore AI and machine learning. This deals with the impact and importance of artificial intelligence and machine learning in our daily activities. We've seen several universities that will request for research funding proposal with the proviso, condition that your research proposal must include AI, irrespective of your department. It is already happening in a lot of topmost universities all over the world. So, and it's coming down to all parts of the world. The time is coming, the requirement will be, you need to have a little bit of AI in your system to be able to get it in. So we can check out this one of the presentations I made in the past. Here you have the QR code. You can check the QR code, you can check the link, and you can watch that particular long video that we titled, Why You Can No Longer Ignore Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning. Now, moving further, we present a few codes. One of the very unique codes I'm going to use today is machine learning is the next internet. Machine learning is the next internet. When you say something is the next internet, what does it mean? We know internet today change the way we do everything. Communication, messaging. Just mention it. Today you can do banking. You may not even visit your bank in years anymore. Everything is online. What made it possible? That was internet. Just imagine we are having a meeting now. I'm right here in Ondo State. Some of you are outside Nigeria, Ogbomoso, and several other places, UK. But we are communicating. Why are we communicating? What made it possible? That's internet. When you say something is the next internet, the next big thing that is expected, change the world in a manner that could be similar to that of internet or more, is machine learning. And when you say such a thing, that means we have to be on the lookout for it. Again, that's why I said in the previous video I referenced, why you can no longer ignore AI and machine learning. It is becoming a must if academic, university students must also compete well with their peers. So what is machine learning, which is a very important aspect of AI? Then we move to our talk. Machine learning is automating the automation. When computer came, we were talking about automation. Automation means we're converting manual to computer-based system. Our student record system used to be manual. If you pay your school fees, then you need to, they will write your name in the ledger. You could pay part payment. They keep adding it until you finish your payment. Because student payment record system. I remember during my undergraduate days, I did automation of this process for my university to convert the manual payment system to a computerized system. That is called automation. Now, the system is changing. We are on another level. Those are the olden days system. We are now thinking of automating the automation. That idea of writing the software by programmer, we want it to be done automatically. We don't want someone to write program for us. We want it to be done automatically. We are saying getting computers to program themselves is the idea of machine learning. Getting computers to program themselves. How can we achieve this? In essence, writing software is the bottleneck. To do that, we have to write complicated software that can do that. It happens in software engineering some years back. They tried to see how we can use another software to generate another software. But the cost of developing software, such software, was impossible. However, machine learning came to the rescue by saying, let data do the work. So all our past effort, data set we've collected in the past, some of them actually are wasting away. Now there's a good news that we can actually use all those data sets to develop programs automatically without human intervention. We call it, I call it a paradigm shift. That's a shift in paradigm. From writing, this is the traditional programming, what we used to do. You write a program by some programmers, then we provide data, and then the computer will use it and generate output for it. Now, machine learning is saying there are a lot of challenges with programming. Actually, we call it software crisis. Software crisis. That rates at which hardware is developed, software is not meeting up with that rate. This is what we mean by software crisis. Within a year, you can have different versions of hardware production. We used to have 4. After that, we have to core. Later, we start talking of i3, i5, i7. Within a year, we had i3, i5, i7, and so many higher capabilities of hardware has been produced. However, for software, it's a lot of time before you can develop a trusted software. One of the biggest corporations in software development is Microsoft. Microsoft developed Vista. If you know about software, Vista was released. After the release of Vista, they noticed that there was a serious problem with Vista. We call it bug. The problems were so huge that Microsoft asked people to move the next Windows version. They have to release a new fixed version, which was Windows 10. They said people should move to the next version for free of charge. If you purchase Vista, you can move to the next version for free because the error was so huge. That is the challenge of programming. Because somebody will say, then why do we need this principle when we can write program? Writing program is a big problem. It's been a challenge. In addition to the fact that sometimes we don't trust the guy that is writing program for us. Anything can happen. One of the greatest IT fraud in history was the programmer who included a little account in a bank system and was adding some money to that account incrementally without anyone detecting. Taking $0.00 from your money, so you don't know anything is out of your money until the account became another entirely. So with machine learning, we are saying we do need programmer. Just give me data that you have in your archive. These are waste products. The data have been produced, turn aside. Bring back all these waste products, all this data that we had. You know the output of the data. Now, give me the data, the computer will start studying it with the algorithm, AI algorithm inside it. For example, let's say we have a set of students that failed exam in the past, some did not fail. What are the characteristics of students? Give us the characteristics of that student that passed. Then this student passed. This student, maybe we look at the age of the student, the department, is he off-campus student or on-campus student? We get some of these characteristics, which we call features. You provide this feature to the system. And then this student number 1, its age is 40, it's 25. He was in mechanical engineering. He was living off-campus. It was this. Did he pass the course? Yes, he passed. The system will learn. We call it training. We use part of the data to train the model. So once we have supplied enough training sets, The system will come out and say, okay, I've learned to generate automatically a program which we call model, or we call it model, or we call it hypothesis function. Hypothesis function. That is the outcome of training. After the training, then we can use this program for new students this semester. When we want to have a new student, we get their name. What is your age? Are you off campus? Where are you? How many hours do you? There are a lot of features we get. Which department are you? We can be able to predict as we are trying to go to the class at the beginning of the classes or at the middle of the semester. We can run a predictive solution to tell us which of these students may fail this course. We have past data of students who failed the course. So machine learning will try to understand those who fail, what made them fail? Those who pass, what made them pass? Then we now, this new program we have generated after using past data, now we use it to predict for the new student. The feature, it be able to use students so we pass. If you say the student will pass, then good news. But if you identify some student that this one is going to fail, then we can work with the student. We call it proactive educational management system, preemptive system. We don't wait for this student to fail. Can we support them? Can we give them advising? Can we send them to counseling sections to prevent the student from failing? Because some people see machine learning as like their prediction of doom. No, they want to know ahead of time that this student may fail. Then you can work on the student to prevent the failure. We can train machine learning systems to identify potential accident on the road so that we can possibly prevent the accident. That is the essence of the responsible implementation of artificial intelligence. So once we train, we have a trained system, then we have the output. We can use this output, which is the program that has been automatically generated by the machine learning algorithm. We use it for future estimations. This is what we call the paradigm shift, which we refer to as let the data speak. So instead of doing classical programming, we all move to letting the data speak. Even to computer science students, no one is left out. You have to upskill. You have to know how to program for machine learning. Otherwise, machine learning will take over that job. But you have to know how can that be, because machine learning also needs somebody to develop the machine learning algorithm. You need to be an AI engineer to be able to preserve that lovely job. Otherwise, then people ask, is it magic? What we are talking about is not a magic. Like gardening. You see, in gardening, you have seed. In AI, we have algorithm. You have nutrient, which you add to your seed after the planting. Then you have the data. You have the gardener, which is you. Your experience matter. You need to look for an experienced person to guide you in developing a successful AI system. If the gardener takes wrong decision by adding wrong nutrient, planting wrong seeds, decided to boil the maize before planting, you know that maize will never germinate. You need the appropriate gardener who is okay. The plant is the final outcome. You can see when you see your plant, you are happy. But some procedure have been followed before it can come. That is what machine learning stands for. So in essence, it is not a magic, but a process of science. We say then, machine learning is a process by which the system improves performance from experience. So all the data you had in the past, you bring it back on board. Like I said, this data set is wasting away. Why don't we take advantage of them? So the goal of machine learning is to build a computer system that can adapt and learn from their experience. So this is one of the very important tools or aspects of artificial intelligence that we have to take note. The generic machine learning system say that we have input variable, we have the aiding variable and the output variables. So the input is known easily, the output is known. For the past cases, in your laboratory, you know a particular variable that is difficult to estimate, like stress of material. You know the weight of the material, the mass, kilogram. Many things can easily be determined by just placing them on a machine. But there is one that you need to spend some time in the lab to know, like stress of that material. Those ones that will take time, get data in the past, get all data in the past, you know the input, you know the output from the past. Now, the hidden variable is what we don't know. Try to learn it. What is the hypothesis function that can relate the input in the past to the output in the past? Once we get the hypothesis function, then we can use it to estimate for your new experiment. You don't need to stay in the laboratory for too long. So AI can do the estimation for you as some other area we're going to talk about. When a machine learning not needed, we say when the relationship between all system variables, input, output is completely known. When you know the input, output, and the hidden relationship, which is almost impossible in real-life situations. We don't usually know them. This is not the case for almost any real system. We always have something in that we don't understand. And that is what machine learning has been able to put out to us. Again, we've shown us this, that everything we're talking about is AI, but this guy has a unique capability supporting AI. AI has been here for long. However, machine learning was recently brought on the focus. And because of this machine learning, it is actually the one that is doing the revolution. All the subfield of AI that were present before NLP, they couldn't make big change as we have now. As we start integrating machine learning to NLP, robotics, knowledge base, the whole story change. That is why they say the machine learning, indirectly AI, is the next internet. The next thing that is expected to change the world the way we never expected. Yeah, we mentioned here before, the autonomously driven car, a car that will drive itself. Whoever thought that a car can drive itself, we thought it was, we used to see it in some make-believe films that is going to happen, but this is reality. How is a car going to drive itself? It is a complete, sophisticated provision of available camera. You have camera over the body. At every minute, sensors are there taking picture to know no one is crossing. As the picture is being taken, it is sent to the processing unit where deep learning will extract the features. And then pass it to the training to train quickly. Who is this? There's human being that is crossing. No, it's not human being. The car can continue. Oh, there's a car that is near to you. There's a car at the back. You cannot reverse now. All this information are being processed at a very fast speed because of the development of hardware capability. In the past also, we used to hear of online e-business. When I was in the university, we thought e-business like a theoretical. How can you say something online? Are people crazy with ideas? What are they talking about? E-business? You want to sell something on the internet? It was like theoretical at that point in time when I was in school, but today it is reality. Some of the biggest companies in the world, they are what? They are using e-business. Netflix are out there, amazing, the richest people in the world that are taking advantage of this processing. We're coming back to that. Whereby somebody, when you go online, you see a lot of advertisement coming to you. See, it personalized predictions from past data. They know where you are from your country. This is what they used to buy. People from Lautech, they knew you used to buy this. You think they don't know you? They know you everywhere. Use Google for free. Your data is available for free. You people bought this, also bought this. These are all artificial intelligence systems and the way they are changing the world. Then briefly, we look at successful AI and machine learning applications, speech recognition, computer vision, or surveillance before disease outbreak. Can we identify the diseases that we don't wait for it to happen? The preemptive. Many diseases are known to take a long time before the symptom emerges. But the moment the symptom comes out, doctors say, oh, we are sorry, it's late stage. The question is, why do we wait for late stage? This is where we can use artificial intelligence and machine learning. No earlier enough that we'll be able to have, hopefully, lifestyle changes and some proactive treatment. Empirical sciences, mentioning so much of them. So many other things you can. Just your favorite area. Want to do the next incident at home. The next child that will cause trouble in the house. The next child don't need vacation. while your kids are always at home playing around. You want to predict the next child that might get wounded. You can do that with AI now, with machine learning. You see, it will tell you, hey, mother, pay attention to so-so child. He may be getting wounded in a few minutes. It's possible this day because of artificial intelligence, machine learning. It is not magic, it is science. And the agglomeration of data from the past, from the behavior of the child, with his colleagues, with his peers, with his mates and brothers and sisters, we can do that. Just mention any area you can think of, your favorite area. AI is there to solve problem for you. Is it in medicine we want to talk about? Is it in medicine you want to talk about? So many possibilities. In businesses, don't even mention that. So many areas these days where your business can be boomed using AI. In engineering, quality control, supply chain, the list is endless. In sciences, physics and astronomy, particle detection analysis, biology for protein structure prediction, in chemistry, molecular structure prediction, environmental sciences, climate modeling, weather forecasting, ocean current prediction, air quality monitoring, material sciences, material property prediction, just name them. Anywhere you can think of, AI and machine learning is there to support you in your work. Physics is so huge. So, and education, where we are in primary school, and whatever educational level you want to talk of. We can in the application. Of course, we have had several videos in the past where we discuss applications of artificial intelligence in several fields in more detail. We can check them out for our personal development. So there's this point to know, applications are diverse, but methods are generic. So the good news is you can always do it. It's not something that is not doable. It's not a rocket science. Oh, I don't know how to program. No, we're coming to that. You don't need to know programming before you can use AI. That used to be in the past. Things are changing. So you can use it to solve problems from different angles, depending on the area you have. Now, permit me to move in now to our focus, which is AI for learning, teaching, and research. Opportunity for higher institutions, students, and staff. So as a student of higher institution, as a staff and administrator, what do we stand to gain? Knowing that AI can be used in virtually anywhere you can think of. Now let's start on that. We said that AI is increasingly revolutionizing education in several ways. The key goals are to enhance learning, teaching, drive research innovation, and enhance the effective administration of educational higher institutions. Now, let's move to opportunities for students. As students, what benefit can you take from AI while you are in the learning stage? See, we have what we call the personalized learning for students. Things are changing, whereby you have adaptive learning system, which tailor learning experience to individual needs. If this has been the challenges in the past, we say, okay, how can we make students to learn? One student is slowing down another student. How can we make it possible that you learn at your own pace? There are AI systems now that have been built that will tailor the learning experience to individual needs. If you're a slow learner, it will give you what you need to learn. If you're a fast learner, it will not stop you, it will make you also move at your own pace. The intelligent tutoring system that will simulate one-on-one tutoring with instant feedback. Feedback mechanism is being provided at real time for the students, and resource recommendations. We also have AI system that will collect materials based on student performance and interest. After a topic has been taught to this student, the AI system will collect material based on your performance and say, hey, you need to read this material, you need to learn these materials. These are things that ordinarily are beyond the capability of a teacher to do for individual students. It's going to be too much enormous job. On the personalized learning, we have AI-driven systems that offer personalized career recommendations based on students' skills, interests, and strengths. It will recommend. This is one of the challenges we face. So we have counselors in schools, but sometimes the number of students being counseled by a faculty is too much. So they cannot go around. The faculty may be counseling over 100 students. How is it going to meet them regularly? So we have AI-driven system that can offer personalized, that will look into the career, can recommend what you are supposed to do. A lot of students spend 2 years doing a course only to realize that, no, I don't have a strength for this. I need to change to another course. So if we have an AI-driven system, it can make adequate career recommendation considering the student skills, where they are good at, their interests also matter, and their strength. Can you read at a goal for a long time? Your concentration, is it going and back? You'll be able to recommend it. You are not a medical student. Instead of going to spend 3 years in medical student only to be advised to withdraw and then join another department, the AI can hopefully advise appropriately at the appropriate time. That is other career guidance. We have the accessibility tools also, where AI-powered tools help students with disabilities, students with some form of disability, such as speech-to-text system, it will convert their speech to text. If they cannot type, but they can speak. As you speak, it will convert it to text, and you can send it to your teacher. So also you have text-to-speech. You can write, but you cannot talk. You have some disability in speech. It will generate your speech as you may want it to be. And also language translation. Gone are the days that, oh, I don't understand this language. Everything in real time. As you are talking, someone also will be listening to you in another language, as is being used in UN meetings where leaders, they speak in their own language and others are connected that are getting the translation automatically. So things have moved on. Now, looking at opportunities for faculties, the list is always not exhaustive, even for students. We just mentioned some of them. For faculty, that is the university professors, lecturers, and all the tutors we have there. We have the automated enhanced teaching for faculty has been made possible by the artificial intelligence and machine learning systems. For example, the automated grading tool. In the past, when the idea came and started, people would, how are you going to grade something for automatically? Yes, it is here with us already, and it is happening that automated grading tool will grade your script maybe better than you when you are not in a good mood. Because AI doesn't suffer from mood swing, you know. Sometimes you are not in a good mood because you fought at home, you had some challenges. AI is always there to you to be used. Anytime you on it, it will start. So it will reduce administrative load and allow the faculty, the lecturers to focus on teaching rather than imagine when you have a lot of students, huge number of students. So why don't we use automated grading tools that can make life easier? Classroom management support, we have AI chatbot for student inquiries and administrative tasks. One of the challenges, sometimes teaching is not just enough. Students need to provide feedback. They need to meet us in what I call office hour. How can we have office hour for 2,000 students? Someone told me it's teaching 500 students in a class. So, and you have office hour once in a week. How many people you can take for 1 hour or 2 hours of office hour? So we can have AI chatbot that students can interact with to communicate, ask some of these things, and teacher can interact and intervene where necessary. Teacher support, AI assists teachers with tasks like lesson planning. Some of us might be aware of that. If you're not aware, we should know today your lesson can be planned for you by AI system, curriculum can be built, developed, and student data analysis. You want to analyze your student data. You want to know the way they are performing ahead of time so that you'll be able to provide the necessary intervention for them and advices for them. So proactive student tutoring system. We also have the content creation, which is AI that can generate educational content such as quizzes, games, lesson plans, and interactive simulations that can support us while we teach our students. Then we have the predictive analytics. This predictive analytics has a lot of unique capability that we can tap into it. Predictive analytics means we look at the data of previous students, and this data is so good. Imagine a university that maybe a university like 50 years old, Imagine the number of data we have in the past. You can identify students through proactive interventions. Identify students who might likely go into autism, go into bad behavior on campus. Some students came in pure, very good, well-behaved students. But along the way, they missed their way and they became another thing. What can we do? Can't we have a proactive system that can, once the student enter the school, data has to be collected from the student, where you're coming from, where are you staying, on campus, off campus, number of siblings. Based on past data, we can predict this student may likely get involved in vices. You see, at that point in time, such student can be identified early and can counsel him. Proactive counseling can prevent him from becoming what AI predicted that he may become. This is the essence of AI. You see, proactive system. It's not that they are predicting doom for the student to be bad. No, they identify that this guy has some characteristics similar to people who are such bad habit before. So you can intervene by advising and preventing such from coming up. Identify at-risk students for early intervention. The moment your students are writing their test 1, test 2, AI system will be run for you, and then it can identify, oh, this student is likely going to fail this course. Why is he going to fail it? AI can answer you and tell you the reason why he may fail the course. And then you can then intervene. So they need more extramural classes, extra classes. You encourage them to have a kind of a teamwork with the police, give them an assignment to let them understand a particular topic. AI can even identify some of the topics that the students are finding difficult, depending on how far we have an integrated system with us. But we don't wait for the final result. Rather, we have opportunity proactive interventions to make our students outcome better. Virtual and augmented reality, this is an immersive learning experience, another area where medical students are benefiting, so they can see that in reality without necessarily being there. Thousands of miles away, you can be as if you are in a particular place. So visualizing and having the experience of what is happening. Then we have the knowledge-based system, which we call expert system. So especially and medical personnel and specialized services experts and quality control experts. The experts are not always enough. Like medical doctor, let me take as an example. You have a medical doctor that has to train some what do you call it? There's some students, doctor, when they graduate, the final year after graduation, they have to go for, they call it one name, I just forgot now. They go for this 1 year, they're going to do training. They are student doctor, of course, they are under training. So when they consult patient, when patient consult with them, some of them have to go to their consultant or to their senior doctor to ask for what they can do. This is what the patient told me. They have to be going to the senior doctor repeatedly. Sometimes patient become very uncooperating. And you cannot blame them. A training doctor that is going to doctor 10 times within a patient, a single patient. This is what he said again. The patient may lose their patient, they may be complaining. So why don't we have a knowledge-based system that extracts all those expertise? Instead of going to doctors to us, they will be in a knowledge-based system. They will extract expert of trusted medical doctor, senior one. In case of this, what should we do? In case of this, what do we do? So as the training doctor is consulting with the patient, he will be entering those answers, and expert system will be guiding the medical doctor on the next thing to ask, next thing to do. Okay, based on what you have supplied, we suspected this person is diagnosed of social disease. So instead of going back and forth from his office to the senior doctor's office, he can actually diagnose successfully without creating any challenge. And in some villages where we don't have medical experts, we can export those knowledge-based systems to those areas. So I have medical school in our university, medical faculty members can take advantage of such. It makes your life easier because your student you are training can easily get training from the expert system that could be built about them. On research and innovation enhancement, this is another opportunity for university. This one can cut across students and faculty. When you say faculty, I mean lecturers, professors. Yeah. Here, one is we look at the data analysis, modeling, and insight that you can have. With artificial intelligence, you have rapid processing of large data sets with AI. Just bring the data set. Go back to your past data. These are wasting away data. Your past efforts, now we can make them to become, to count in the present day. Although you did it several years ago, I knew some people who have gone back to their work in undergraduate and they plug the data from their project, and now they are using artificial intelligence to analyze it in a better way. Literature review automation, tools to summarize and identify trends in research. Things are changing. So gone are the day you want to do literature survey. You know how much time we spend on literature survey. The charge will just type the type you want, and then it will tell you these are the trends, this is what has been done. Of course, it doesn't mean you are not going to do your work. We also have automated literature reviews that will review the literature for you so that you can concentrate on things that matters. What are the new inventions you want to bring on board? This is where you're going to concentrate more. So it makes your life easy, make it faster. And we have to be aware, we're going to talk about that later under ethics and consideration. Because some of our students already having access to this thing. We cannot continue to play the old street game that as if we are not aware. No, it's happening. So one of the recommendations, we have to make sure that all students have access to these tools. They are available. Some of the privileged ones are using it. That is a bias. So you think he's the one that has done the literature, so maybe he has used automated literature review. So how are you going to, then you're going to compare him with the other one? So things are really happening in the AI world. Of course, it has raised a lot of challenges to the educational learning system, which we are going to mention hopefully shortly. Then we have the experimentation and simulation. Experimentation and simulation, virtual testing of hypotheses for efficiency and sustainability also is made possible. Then we have the AI-powered research tool, like innovation-oriented guide or with AI system. You want to innovate, just try to guide me what has been done in this area. What is the possible gaps? It has gotten to that level that AI will even suggest to you, why don't you look in this direction? It seems things are still missing there. Discover new research opportunities using AI-powered research tools. Accelerated research, like automated data collection and analysis of your data. All these are getting real in the world. And towards the end of our presentation, we're going to talk about, we cannot forget the university administrator also. I say AI for university administrators and staff, a new era of efficiency and innovation. As we talk of how students and staff can benefit from AI, the university administrators also can get a lot of advantage, like student recruitment and admissions. See, predictive analytics to identify high potential students and predict enrollment trends. We get the data of the student from JAM, then we can be able to predict, which student will do better in this course, which one will do better. A lot of students get enrolled to the wrong course, actually. Our memory works in different ways. Some student capability to be in another area. Meanwhile, because the friend is in the other department, is also in that department. In my past experience, I've had students who are working in a particular department. When they transfer to another department, they became the best in that department. Meanwhile, they were struggling in the previous department. So predictive analytics can assist the university to know ahead of time. We have chatbots that provide instant answers to student inquiries, thereby improving response times. So we build it for the university. So sometimes students want feedback. It's very important. Communication is vital. Let them communicate before some of them become wayward. So if we don't provide the means of communication to them, no response to their communication, some of them have been trying to see their faculty, their professor for weeks, for months. They have not been able to see it. And they wanted to say something, but there's no way to do that. And when you have some things buckled up within you, it's a potential disaster waiting to happen for such things. So personalized marketing, recruitment messages to individual student interest. Academic affairs also of the university can look into intelligent tutoring system to offer personalized learning experience automated grading to reduce faculty workload and provide timely feedback, cost scheduling optimization to create efficient class schedules, financial aid and student services. You'll be able to know which students are in need of these services and in a proactive manner. So we don't wait for them to complain. We already have an idea of who needs it actually. And then financial aid to students, that is financial aid automation, streamline the financial aid application process. You know who is in need. Then success analytics, identify our key students and provide the targeted support. We didn't wait for students that are in need. They will never come. They will never ask for support. And there is really in need. And we use AI system to identify them. Chatbot for student support, answer common questions and provide guidance for these students as the need arises. Having effective communication with our students will go a long way to lessen and reduce the tide of biases on our campuses. Campus operations and facility management, going into predictive maintenance to optimize maintenance schedules and reduce downtime, energy efficiency. So how do we analyze our energy usage to identify savings opportunity? Where can we save the energy? Facility scheduling, how can we efficiently allocate campus spaces? So using integrated AI system on the research and innovation, analysis and insight to discover new research opportunities, accelerated research through automated data collection and analysis, intellectual property management. This is very, very important in order to track and protect the intellectual properties of the university. The list continues. However, because of our time, we briefly now look into brief benefits of AI for the university as a whole. We're going to have enhanced efficiency because we're going to automate the routing tasks and streamline processes, improve decision-making process, leverage data-driven insight for strategic planning. You see, in those days, there was a particular project, we call it absenteeism prediction. You want to predict who is going to be absent from work. These are very, very interesting areas. You see, imagine your HOD just call you and say, hey, doctor, tomorrow we'll please try to be in the university. You're wondering, because you didn't want to go that day, but he ran an AI system that predicted that so professor will not be coming tomorrow. And there's a very important meeting to be held in the department, or his presence is highly needed. Or staffs, you see, especially staff. Some of the staff wanted to be absent for just nothing, so you can know ahead of time. Their manager can call them. Imagine a manager calling a staff at night, hey, tomorrow, please make sure to come to school tomorrow. He will be surprised. How did he know? Because he or she was planning not to be available tomorrow. It is possible these days to predict that somebody is going to be absent from school. You want to even know a faculty that will run away from the university so that you can plan ahead of time. You see, with this Japa syndrome, so you want to know somebody that might potentially run away, you can talk to him. If AI identify a very, very prolific professor that might leave, you can talk to him. What is your concern? Why are you living at this age? Then try to talk to him, some of his concerns. Maybe you can provide some support for him and prevent such brain drain from happening. This is called proactive system through improved decision that will facilitate improved decision making if we leverage data-driven insight for strategic planning. When you say data-driven insight, you're going to have a lot of insight. What may happen in future? It's not soothsaying. It is data-based. These are from history. People do something, they have some characteristics. When you bring big data on table, this machine learning is able to go inside those data and be able to get it. People with this characteristic, this is what they often do. So that you have insight about every aspect of your people you are managing so that you can take effective and improved decisions. Personalized student experiences, plus service to individual needs. Especially we can focus, there's something we call educational data mining, EDM. This is an area of that is dedicated to anything related to education. We identify students that may likely drop out of university. We can, the very day the student enroll in the university, we can identify the student. And then we can start talking to them. You will be identified that you may drop out. You may not even tell him. The counselor will recommend, okay, this student should be met. Talk to him, what is the challenge you are facing? AI identify you, that we need to talk to you. The same might come out and this problem that might lead to this student dropping out may be something very simple that the university authority can just assist and clear. And sometimes, if these are not done, some of them will even withdraw from the school. They will still be hanging around, engaging in vices and also other stuff. So educational data mining can do a lot of things. Identify students that may fail, students that may go into vices, students that may drop out of the university. A dropout is a potential challenges to the community, to himself, his parents, and even to the community and the country at large. Cost reduction, if you optimize resource allocation and reduce operational costs, for surely you can reduce the cost. Increase innovation, foster the culture of innovation and creativity by taking appropriate AI utilization. Towards the end of our talk, we talk about career advancement opportunities, skill development program, AI and machine learning training for students and faculty development, upskilling. The faculty already very skilled already, highly skilled people, but then we advise we need to upskill ourselves in opportunity to enhance and research. Let us learn AI machine learning, and it's very simple. Bringing this to us, in the past, people used to say, if you don't know programming, you cannot do AI. No, it is not possible. Without writing a single code, you can deploy very powerful artificial intelligence systems. Staff and administrator development also upskilling opportunity to enhance AI-driven administrative skills through intelligently integrated AI training and implementation in order to facilitate AI-driven decision-making for the staff and administrators of the university. And then tools and modules, what are the tools that we can use for this AI we have been talking about? A lot of tools you can use. For example, you have in the machine learning world, we talk of there's the Weka, which is no code. You don't need to write code on this. You can use it easily. Just open and start using. Rapid Miner, another one. If you know how to program, this is good. You have Python and some other MATLAB and also further programming. But the good news is that you can actually do AI these days without writing any code. Again, that's bring me, again, remind us of opportunities to learn machine learning modeling for real-life problem solving using codeless or no-code AI approaches. Or as stated on the citation, we started these ideas a couple of years ago, and glory be to God that a lot of people have benefited. So we have this QR code is there. You can scan in, you see the YouTube channel, and you see our weekly meeting, free for everybody who wants to join, from 7 a.m., 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Nigeria time, while 9:30 to 10:30 Saudi time. And then the YouTube channel is there for us to explore. And also to join, we have a WhatsApp group where you can also join to answer and then be aware of some of the opportunities we create. Other no-code machine learning tools are also listed, MonkeyLearn, CreateML, OBForce AI. There are so many others there that without writing code, though gone are the days if you don't know programming, you can't do AI. It is no more. So when we started the idea of our training, we said machine learning for all. Everybody should be able to take advantage and benefit from it, even when you don't know coding. If you know coding is an advantage for you, but if you don't know it, it doesn't mean you cannot use it. Finally, we say ethics and responsible use of AI has to be stressed. AI ethics in education. It is importance of transparency, privacy, and accountability is very, very important. So we have to protect the data of our faculty, of our students. Bias reduction strategy. We need to ensure that inclusivity in AI algorithm and application. Whenever we train algorithms to identify criminals, for example, you don't train them with majority of people from a particular college are used for the training. When you do that, the department that has no representative may always be categorized as a criminal because you couldn't recognize them. So that's why there has to be, you have to make sure that we don't have bias. It has to be representative. The data you are using for training must be representative of all the colleges, all the faculties, all the ethnics that are also available in the system we are modeling. Otherwise, it will be biased. It will always recognize some people as bad. Meanwhile, it is because of the way we have trained it. As good as promising this AI system looks, there are often challenges and considerations to look into. Data privacy and security, that safeguarding sensitive information. Equity and accessibility, what I mentioned earlier, very good to ensure that all students have access to AI tools. It is not fair. Some students have, while some students don't have. They're going to put them at disadvantage. And like I said, we can't play the strict game. The students already know about this capability of AI. Some of them have started using it. In fact, someone said recently, there's another area, after using AI to write a report, then you also use Humanize. There's another capability that Humanize will help you rewrite it in such a way that even the plagiarism detector may not be able to detect it, that it has been written by AI. This is the reality of the world. We have to be aware of it, and then we have to see then how can we ensure that our students are really not being destroyed by this AI because of their thinking faculty might be taken away. Everything will be done for me by AI. Yeah, this is the big challenges that we're facing, and we have to see how we can approach it. Be more practical with the student, interacting with them. These days, we are going more to be more of going back to the olden days of interview-based exams to really check if someone really knows what he's saying. You give somebody a project, you go and write it, and you say, yeah, he doesn't even understand what he's saying. We don't want that. So we have to be more engaging with our students. Interactive testing sections, interview sections, presentations, to really demonstrate that, yes, they understand. There's nothing bad in using some AI tools and the like to support their work, but letting it do everything for them is the one that is very, very bad. And that is the challenge. So we have to ensure equity and accessibility, which means the administrators of the university have to provide infrastructure to support the availability of these tools. Ethical concern, engaging stakeholders in discussions about AI implications. I just mentioned, there are challenges, yeah. But in our eyes, as if there is not existing, it's not the solution. We have to engage appropriately and see what are the better way for us to assess our students, rather than giving take-home assignments that will just be done for them by AI. Can we devise other better ways of doing assessment that will facilitate better learning and correct judgment of their performance and capability? On the ethical implication, ensure AI is used responsibly and ethically. This is what we always preach in our training sections. We say ethical AI and responsible AI usage. You see, there are some people, they're always looking for how to use AI in a negative way. For example, we call something deepfake. Deepfake is the one they use deep learning to build it. That somebody will be talking, you see his mouth, his face, you think he's the one talking, but he's not the one talking. Now it's a big challenge for our judges. In those days, once you are seeing the picture, then the case is easily decided. But now, no more, because of Photoshop. Now we have graduated to even deepfake. That even while you are hearing his voice, it's normal voice, it's not the one talking. That is a big challenge. The ethical implications, some people are working hard to make sure that they promote the negative aspect of it. But the good news is the positive guys also are working. There's something also we call it anti-deepfake. That's AI algorithm will determine the deepfake video is actually fake or original. You see? So as some people are working, this is the life. As some people are working positively to impact positively, some people are working negatively. So the only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for the good ones to do nothing. So and that's why the ones that are positive, we have to continue to push towards the edge of technology to see that we build resilience and those technologies that can counter those negative utilization of artificial intelligence by promoting AI, ethical utilization of AI, and responsible use of AI. Technical expertise, we also need to develop the necessary skills and infrastructure to support our students, our faculties, our staff, and the administrator to be able to take advantage of this changing system in the overcome. Change management also has to be taken care of to overcome resistance to change and build buy-in. See, it's natural for people to resist change. Oh, no, we are used to what we are doing. We don't want this AI, but it is where the world is going. So one day, one way or the other, we don't want to be left behind. So we have to see how we can key in to use AI ethically and responsibly to improve our decision-making process using AI-driven data management-oriented system. For future trends, we said a further shift in paradigms so that data may speak more clearly. We started with so that data may speak clearly, but this one is so that data may speak more clearly, and that is talking of hybrid and ensemble. This is where one AI model is being combined with several AI models to make them to be really superior. And this is the trend that we hope to. Already people are using it. Most of the competitions, the best competition outcome are always won by those that combine hybrid and ensemble system. So trying to make data to speak more clearly. In conclusion, so we have so many opportunities for us. The lists are just inexhaustible. So we mentioned some, we can also explore even further. We provided some of our links to some of our videos. We can check out application of AI. What can I do with it? However, we've mostly emphasized the need to use AI responsibly, and we also encourage us to continuously learn and adapt in teaching and research practices so that we can be able to live up to the expectation of our system and be able to also meet up in the world to ensure innovations, superb innovation are coming out of our institutions. The best of the best students are being graduated from our universities and also with ethical use of AI as the case may be. So this is what we're going to have for today. Thank you very much for listening. And hopefully we're going to take a few questions if applicable. Thank you very much. God bless.
Wow. Thank you so much, Prof. I think all of us should unmute ourselves and say thank you to Professor. You can unmute yourself. Thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate it.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you,
Prof.
Appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you, Prof. God bless you, sir.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you, sir.
What an excellent delivery.
For the lecture.
Thank you.
Prof.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you very much. You're welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. We are grateful.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Can we have the soft copy, please?
What is that? For sure, it's going to be provided. The soft copy of the presentation will be made.
Excellent delivery.
Please, we are not hearing you, moderator. We are not hearing you.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, we are hearing you now.
Okay. All right. As we begin to prepare our question, we have one question here. And if you have a question, please, you can just signify by raising up your hand. We'll recognize you. But as we prepare the question, I just want to recognize the presence of some of our erudite professors that have been with us since the beginning of this lecture. Professor J.G. Adewale, Professor Mujidat Aremu, Dr. F.K. Ujo, Engineer Rahim from Raw Material Research Institute, Abuja, Professor Iti Otonla, Professor Fumilayo Osholale, Professor Adepoju, Professor Jelly Badmos, Professor Musbaudin, Professor Duro Oju, Professor Lukorede Osholale, Professor Naomi, Professor Akpalara from Saudi Arabia too, Professor Sheyi Adeleke, Professor L.A. Sumonu, Professor Timothy Olabiyi, Professor H.T. Fashino, Professor M.O. Bello, Professor Pius Okekunle, Professor S.O. Jekayinfa, Professor Lateef Agbaje, Professor J.B. Oladosu, Professor T. Yekin, and some other people that we might not be mentioned, we recognize. We have people raising up their hand. But Prof, let me just read this question so that you can give answer to it, while others we ask them to unmute and speak. The person is asking, what's the difference between AI and black box models such as ANN?
Very much for that. So when we say artificial intelligence, like I mentioned earlier, the big umbrella, that's so much online. We have the NLP, natural language processing, we have the robotics, we have the expert system, ordinary representation system. However, coming of machine learning is one of the field of AI. Another machine learning again, we have the learning. Yeah. This machine learning, this is where people usually say we have black box. Black box is like we don't know what is happening inside it. For example, artificial neural network. Artificial neural network. You just provide your data, and something takes place inside, and then you get the result. So how does it take place? People say black box. Yeah, we have some black box because you don't want to. That one, this will be tried to whitening. We call it whitening the black box now. Black box. We will try to whiten the black box. People have been trying to work on those black box. They want to make it a little bit white. How do they do that? With something explainable AI. Explainable AI. So explainable AI is trying to solve that problem. Explainable AI is trying to solve that problem in such a way that whatever AI system generates, we want it to be able to explain. For example, if AI recognizes that a student may fail the exam, we'll be able to say why. Why is it likely to fail the exam? Then it will now go back and do reverse engineering and be able to see that, okay, these are the features, these are the characteristics that contributed to this decision more. We have to look at the student housing. Is it on campus or not on campus? The majority of people who failed the last time, they were not on campus. Things like this, for example. We call it whitening the blackboard. So AI has several subfields. One of the subfields of machine learning, an algorithm of the machine learning is ANN, which is often called blackboard, for vector machine. It has a lot of mathematical foundation, optimization theorem. If you want to bother your client, you want to solve a problem for the client, it will not be able to understand it. You just ignore those things that are going inside it. Give me your data, I give you the result. In between it, you have some black box you don't understand. But those people that develop it, they know it's not black box, they know what is happening there. But for everybody out there, it's like a black box. But we know what is going on, and then we'll be able to do it even better. Therefore, algorithm like decision tree is being used by many people in engineering. Just draw something. You start from the node, from the root node. You keep there. You go here. You keep breaking it. It's one of the very nice and simple algorithm of machine learning to use for your modeling, because you can easily see what is happening. That kind of thing, it cannot be said to be a black box. It's easy to understand by anybody. Hey, there is neighbor. Show me your friend, I tell you the kind of person you are. You easily know how we calculate it. But some complicated one, explaining to your client is like just wasting their time. It will continue to remain black box for them. But for those that develop it, they understand what's going on. And we try to whiten it. Then in the paradigm shift I mentioned, things are going to get really messy, because when you want to really get huge accuracy, you want the accuracy to be robust and consistent. Then you build a model, build another model. Now you combine the result of this model, then another model. At that point in time, there's no way you can whiten it anymore. The way it happens will be so confusing. Even to the developer, However, we use it when your target is, I want to get the best possible accurate result. Like when Netflix asks people to work on their recommendation system, improve it by 10%. People work, they couldn't make it, and they put $1 million price on that competition. Several algorithms, they build their own ensemble as a group. They couldn't meet up with 10%. People are getting 7%, but not 10% to win the award. Before the end of the competition, groups from different countries, they now gathered together. They submitted their own model, which was an ensemble before. Another ensemble, they now find them together and they got 10% improvement and they won the prize and they can share among themselves. However, at that point in time, a lot of black box has taken place because how do this model interact with this model? A lot of people really complicated. That explaining to someone would take another age. So in that case, black box, yes, its characteristics, some artificial intelligence algorithm, but these days, if you want to really understand what is going on, you can tell the one developing it to use simple one, like decision tree, anything about that you can easily understand. However, if you want your accuracy to really be robust and sophisticated, you will not care. Like the Netflix that give this award out, they don't care whatever you have done. We want to be able to give recommendations data, and your system is generating excellent results. So some will still be black, but we're trying to whitening it as much as possible. I hope I answered that question.
Thank you so much, Prof. We'll call upon the other 4 people raising up their hands. But before then, we have a poll that will drop on the comment section. Please, okay, you saw a poll coming up on your screen now. Please just help us answer those questions. It's just to help the Center for our own analysis too. So you can check on your screen, you have it now. So, Prof, sir, permit me to call all of these people to ask their questions once, then you now answer all of them.
That's okay. Thank you.
So we are receiving the response from the poll. Please help us quickly fill in the poll now. All right. It's coming in. We are having it now. We have like 14, 15 people. Please quickly help us do that. We have 1 more minute. Okay, we have like 54 responses coming in. Thank you. Thank you. We can do more, please. This is just to help us to prepare for next event. Okay. All right, we'll end the poll now. We'll end it now. We have like 60 responses. I think we have more than half of people online now. But please, if you can quickly help us do that, we'll appreciate that. And we are glad that our DVC is with us all through this lecture. Thank you so much DVC, sir. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much, sir. All right, we end the poll now. Thank you. Okay, and the results shows that how much do you know about the activities of the Center for Emerging Skills and Technology? 34% mentioned that they know more about us. Thank you. And we have some like 31% that said they know nothing about the center. So you are knowing more about the center now. Please, we'll call out you for some other activities of the center. We hope you respond to it. And how do you rate the delivery of lecture? Wow, 94% people say excellent. Thank you. Thank you for that feedback. How timely is this lecture to you? Very timely is 69%, timely is 30%, and indifferent is 2%. Would you like to enroll for a short course on artificial intelligence to be organized by Center for Emerging Skills? We have 54% saying yes. 83% saying yes, 3% saying no, and 14% are indifferent. And how often do you expect the center to organize lecture on emerging technologies? 48% mention monthly, 49% quarterly, and 3% are saying annually. So thank you for all of those responses. We'll utilize it in preparing for the next event. Thank you. So, Mr. Suleiman Owosheni, you can unmute yourself and ask your question now. Please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yeah, good morning. Okay, we are in afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, we can hear you.
Good afternoon, we are you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm Dr. Suleiman Owosheni. First of all, I have to appreciate the presenter, Professor Adam. He had done extra justice to the presentation. At least we are more enlightened. Often, this is not the first time of me hearing about AI, its usage, its benefit, and its disadvantage. And being in academics, the personal issue I've had with the usage of AI had been making our students becoming so lazy. So I'm looking at it that, okay, the AI, he explained to us about using it for literature review and other things. If I know a machine can do the job, do I have to go extra lengths? In the past, it used to be comparing tests and you bringing out facts, referencing. But now when I know I can easily do the job, is there a way, there could be a way, if there is a way the presenter can guide that, okay, despite the fact the machine can do the job, we still be able to make use of our brain and bring out the better part of it. And my second question is, in social sciences, we are not there's this usage of SPSS in analyzing our data. When I know I can insert my data, I will also have facts, that is, the results will come out whereby it will be interpreted. Is there a way AI can be used instead of that? Or could there be any app that could be used whereby I can insert the data, the analysis will be made, the interpretation will be made, and I will still have the exact result? Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity, sir.
All right, thank you, Dr. Olsen. So, Professor Sholale, you can unmute yourself and ask your question now.
Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity. I want to say a very big thank you to the presenter. And thank you so much for doing justice to that question about a black box model. I was the one that actually asked it. And then the second question I wanted to ask and find out about is the fact that you were talking about marking students' scripts using AI. Is that possible only for online exams or for hard copy exams too? Thank you.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Finally, Lautech ICT, you can unmute yourself and ask the question.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I would like to thank the Emerging Skills Entrepreneurship Department for putting this up. It came on timely, and it also came timely. And I also like to thank the university management. I heard the DVC is also in session listening to us. This is actually coming from the ICT side. This is actually very timely. And apart from the model, the poll you send out that is going to be quarterly, I would like to emphasize, if it will be quarterly, could it be broken down? A part for the researchers, a part for the students. Because if you and I both know what is going on now, US election aside, technology deployment is needed, especially for our students. There's a gap going on. They're all using the tools, they are all using Android phone, but they need to get the real technology usage from the academic environment. So please, if it can be done quarterly, let it be done on time. And let it be that the students find a way to join. Probably they can create a club, and from there they can gain more knowledge, gain more insight as they evolve with technology. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. The director is taking note of that. And lastly, Mr. Tunde Adejumo. Dr. Adejumo.
Thank you very much for the excellent presentation. My name is Tunde Adejumo, a graduate student of Electronics Electrical Engineering at University of Technology. So my question is there any negative side for using AI for research?
Okay, is there any negative side of using AI? Can you comment?
Negative side for using AI
for research, or generally? Negative side of AI, generally?
It might be generally, and it's particularly about research.
About research, okay. Negative side, okay.
So, Prof, you can answer the question, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I think the third question was just an advice to the organizers and the administrators. Thank you very much. So we'll start with the question number one. So how can we use the hair and still use our brain? Yeah. Actually, like I mentioned, there's always this negative people who always want to bastardize a system. That's why we always emphasize ethical and responsible use of AI. That is what I preach and I teach to my students. So yeah, there are a system whereby there are some laborious aspects of the research that we can use AI to do for us, like having to review all the papers that are available. You know how long that takes usually, see? But it's not gathering that information, is that you really want. Okay, with technology now, we can get it to summarize for us what has been done. Then your experience is still there. It has only assisted you to know what has been done. Okay, now, what are those that are yet to be done? And how can we do it? So definitely you still need researcher. The brain is still there. Mind you, those AI stores, it's more of garbage in, garbage out. So if it's not properly put there, so we have seen a lot of people who have been caught. Imagine somebody using AI to write paper. To me, these are very, very professional crime. Someone used AI to generate a complete paper. However, when you read the paper, while reading the paper, you see the abstract, and it was published in a top journal, one of the top journals. But in the abstract, at the beginning, they have to retry the paper. In the abstract at the beginning, AI was analyzing this, and then he said, I don't have knowledge of this, please check. It was there, but this guy did not even read what AI gave to him. That was how lazy people can be. They did not even read it. They submitted it like that. The editor also didn't read it. The reviewer also didn't get it until they got it published. That could be very embarrassing. You see, no matter what this AI does, you will still need the human, the intelligent in us to actually do the right thing. So you can use the AI for the laborious aspect of it, run it down and get it automated, get the literature. But ideas, innovation, what to do next, will have to be determined by people who are aware of this system. So human beings will still have to be, they are still highly needed to do it. Okay, after reviewing the literature, the essence of reviewing literature is to know what has been done in literature. Looking at it here and there. You know, sometimes the way it's going to review it is going to let you be aware of papers. You might still have to even look at the paper yourself. to see their results. How were they done? Because sometimes they just, AI will just review the sub-surveys. You want to see the results. How were they combined together? What was the read system that was? So our effort will still be needed. Our brain will still be needed as professional researchers. It cannot take us away. So the laborious aspect of it can be handled by AI, getting the papers automatically rather than using Google search. It get the paper for you, do some paraphrase on the paper. You now say, okay, these are the paper, these are the ones that are relevant to what I want to do. Then the work is now in your court to see, okay, what is the addition to knowledge that you want to bring up? This is your own intellectual property that AI cannot take away from you. They can't take it away from you. It is still there. So the second question from the same, I think Dr. Wosheni, if I'm not mistaken. How do we use SPSS? We used to use SPSS, yeah. So SPSS, we know that's what the statistical was making reference to before. Statistical methods, softwares, they are statistics generally still part and parcel of AI, especially machine learning modeling. However, machine learning modeling now provide higher level of modeling that you can, when you do regression and all this kind of SPS capability, you can do it in better way when you have, machine learning algorithms, how to do that. Because in machine learning algorithm, you don't only provide the data, you provide it and divide it into two. You just want to train it. You keep something separate. We call it validation set or testing set. That testing set, you now give it back after you have trained the model, and you can use it. Subsequently, when you have new data, you can use using that program to analyze your data, to predict for your data. And that is what machine learning is adding on the table. Unlike before, when you use SPS on the program, on the data, you have another data, you have to use it again. And you cannot use, you don't have testing set. You only have training set during SPSS modeling. So machine learning provided a higher level. And if your data is really big with the characteristics of velocity, size, then you need machine learning. You can't use statistical modeling at that point in time because the data is too much. The data is moving, it's constantly changing. For example, somebody is using Google Drive, is traveling to city A, it goes to city, is at point city A, Google Drive alerts some businesses that subscribe to it, that Mr. A is traveling, is now in city A. You start getting a lot of alert, and there's a promotion in social supermarket. There's another promotion here. The alert has to come. If they delay the alert, and you're already in city B, and then you start getting alert of city A, it doesn't make sense anymore. We said that's the characteristics of big data. While you are in motion, it has to be processed right there while you are still in city A. But during statistical modeling, we have to first download the data or get the data frozen. But data in motion cannot be analyzed using statistics. But machine learning has that capability to analyze data while it's in motion. That's the big thing that machine learning is adding on top the capability of statistics. Whatever you can do in statistical method, you can do it better with machine learning algorithms. And there are a lot of software like Weka. You don't need to write any code. So simple, click, 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 you get it done easily. So I believe by the time we start attending trainings, either those ones that the center will be planning, those ones we already told us about, you can start seeing how you can use them easily and a better capability. We've had a lot of social scientists also who were once using statistics today. They have all appreciated. I know maybe a few of them are in this forum now attending. They all appreciated the power of machine learning algorithm, and they all started utilizing them in their research analysis. Automated grading question. Thank you very much for the first question and this question. Well, yeah, so to do automated grading, your paper must be with the machine. So that means exam that is online first. If your exam is written, that's an exam that you have to write it, type it in, it's easier. Otherwise, then you can do scanning of the exam question in. You scan the exam after it is done. It's being used. Automated grading started a long time ago, whereby you have in our WAEC, those days in WAEC, Then you must use the pencil. You must shade very well because they are going to scan it and then it to check. Maybe you choose the correct answer. That was the olden days. Now there are a lot of sophisticated machines that can scan your handwriting and then they will have prepared rubrics for the system. This is the question. This is the correct answer. If you write this, and it will read what you have written and then it will grade you according to what has been specified. Of course, there's always going to be some double checking, random submitting to make sure that everything is fine. But then the paper, your manuscript must get to the machine before it can grade for you. So it means if it is not on machine that they do their exam, they have to scan it with a powerful machine and then make sure it is well scanned. And the student also has to write clearly. So because there's going to be character recognition to first of all recognize what they are writing before then they can then decide, okay, is he writing the correct? So a lot of procedure will be. So for online exams, it is easier to implement. They submit assignment for you. You can easily check it in the Blackboard system. You can set up the rubrics and it will grade report for you. And you can check and see that, okay, it has graded according to the rubrics you provided. So, but if it is physical, manual writing on paper, then we have to scan it in. It cannot work, but then the work becomes double. First of all, being able to recognize, scan it, then recognize what you have scanned. So, but if people type, it's easier for the system to grade because recognition is going to be to the content rather than the scanned document. Thank you very much. I think the last but not the least question there, the third question I say is an advice to the organizer and the administrator. And then the negative side of artificial intelligence, I think we mentioned some of them, and also to researcher, yes. It's a big challenge. That's why I said we can't play the old street game. It's already real. It's a technology that is so disruptive. Even the top universities in the world, when ChatGPT came out, ChatGPT is an NLP where they build a language model. Usually we used to build the language model with n-1, n+2, n-3. You can't go for n with big number. As the bigger the number, the more accurate the language model. So we used to build for our students to be just 2. N is 2, n is 3. Small, because the more it is, it will run forever. Your computer cannot run it. So what some guy did was to now acquire very powerful software, very powerful hardware. They place them is some of them are actually in the very cold part of the world, just for the amount of heat these machines are generating, and they build model with N capability, which we thought was not possible before. So now, machine learning now means with NLP, then ChatGPT came up, everything was disrupted. Even Stanford, top university in the world, they were all worried. Because now a student can just type in, hey, generate this software for me. Generate this, even to write coding. ChatGPT will write a code, software for someone. You see? I want a software that can do this, and it will bring it out for you. You want to generate machine learning code for some tasks. So yeah, it's really a very disruptive technology, but at the same time, it has come. The academic world has to see and look at how can we deal with this situation. Yeah, some of the plagiarism checker have been developed to be able to identify if it is from AI. You can know. If it is from AI, if your university subscribe to it, they can know if it is from AI. Now the humanized started by saying, okay, if it is from AI, we will make it to disfigure it to look like not from AI. So sometimes, just before, we used to have open book exam. But during my master's day, I remember in my master's program, some of our professors will say this is open book exam. They'll give you exam that are so sophisticated that even if you open the whole book in the world, you can't finish it. See? But it's open book. But they want you to demonstrate your capability of ability to look for information wherever it is located. Open book exam. We used to have it then. So it means that we have to change the way, some of the way we actually do our assessment. Yeah, a lot of things has to be brought back on the table for discussion. How do we improve on our assessment? A student cannot just submit a report now and you just say, oh, he's the one that has done that. Sit him down. We have to go back to some olden days idea, interactive session of your project. Tell us what you have done. Ask questions. Open the code. Go to line so. delete this line, run it. What went wrong? What do you think you can do? If he didn't do it himself, he will not be able to pass the exam. We have to get really interactive with our students when it comes to assessment these days, because the AI is there. If we can't close our eyes that it's not there, a lot of challenges in this aspect, but we have to try to be on top of that challenge. We can't say students don't use it. It's not possible. When it started, some country banned ChatGPT. Yeah. It's not allowed to be used in some country. Up to now, some countries still don't allow it. They block it. But people will use VPN to bypass the internet. It means it's not going to be accessible to all students. Some students will be accessing it, which is not fair. So to allow fairness, everyone must be made to have access to AI. Then we can then put up how are we going to judge our students, knowing that they may have used AI. Like I said, I have a way of judging my own student. I get used to them. You are a senior project working with you. Don't just say students should just print a project after like 4 months or 7 months, you didn't see him. He will bring it from AI. But every week you sit down together, what is the next thing? Give real-life problem solving. That even when they type it to AI itself will be disturbed. What is this kind of problem you are trying to solve? So, I mean, problem that will be challenging for students, that interactively students will have to get out of the relying on AI. So, and also when we want to test them, finally, to me, every week, a graduation student project or a thesis student, we should meet regularly, interact together, and be sure that he's really doing the work. But just go after like several weeks, brought the report, I just signed. Definitely, we encourage them to use anything. But if a student know that you are really already checking on them, doing the right thing, and also our assessment policy has to change. That is the fact. That is what some university put in place. It's just write a report, an assignment, and we believe, except it is open assignment. We want to demonstrate your capability of seeking for information and the likes. But real exam assessment, no, we have to change some of the assessment plan of some universities have to be changed. So there's challenges with AI in research. Like we've said, a lot of people can write paper without even thinking about it, but then it backfires. For those that write appropriately, they will be the one that will last. So there's challenge there, but it doesn't disrupt our academic work. But we have to try to be aware of the possibility of AI and then see how can we prevent our students from abusing the system. I hope I answered the last question. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
I will call on Professor Adeleke and the closing remark. The vote of thanks and the director of the closing.
We can hear your voice, please.
Professor Adeleke.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
All right, thank you, everyone. We really appreciate Professor Olatunji for the wonderful talk, seminar, and eye-opening presentation of this morning. We now know better, we know deeper, and we know that AI is upon us, and hopefully we shall have proper and ethical use of it. I'm taking this role for the director of the center, Professor Tesleem Asafa, to acknowledge everyone who has been part of this meeting today, right from our Vice Chancellor, who has been represented by Professor Ogunwale. We really appreciate your time. We appreciate our Deputy Vice Chancellors, who have also taken time to be with us today. The lecturer himself, Professor S.O. Olatunji, all the way from Akungba, Ondo State. Thank you for coming. Well, thank you for coming. Thank you for being with us in the last 2 hours or so. We really appreciate your time. All our academic staff and non-academic staff alike who are taking time to be part of this lecture today. We appreciate all the staff of the center. We really thank you for being with us today as well. All students who really are interested in AI, who have been part of this lecture. We say thank you as well. Lastly, before I round off, I want to introduce us and welcome us as much as we are able to explore the Sheyi Makinde Innovation Hub, that's the Smith, where the center is actually hosted in Lautech here. Come and explore where things are, what we've got there, the 3D Design and Printing Center, the Embedded System Center, the Design for Electronic Design Center, and also the Programming Lab. You appreciate what you're going to see if you find your time to come and explore things yourself, personally, not virtually now, physically, is on Lautech soil. So lastly, for everyone who has been part of this meeting today, we say thank you and looking forward to seeing you in our subsequent presentations from CEST. Thank you very much, and God bless you all. Over to you, moderator.
Yeah, thank you so much, Prof. So to everyone from our center here in Lautech, we say thank you for joining this meeting. See you next time. Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining. See you next time. Thank you, sir.